everybody. So I just went for a run in the open space and thought I'd come home and crack out an ab set. I figured you could do that with me. I'm also going to do my post running roll at the end of this, so you can join me in that endeavor too. So this is really a good video. If you've gone for a run or done something cardiovascular, you can finish it off with this little ab set. So we've got 6 exercises, and we're going to be doing them for time. So we'll do 20 seconds of work and 10 seconds to rest and switch exercises, and we'll go through it 3 times. As we're going through it, I'll cue you on the technical part of the movement, and just make sure that you're really paying attention to that with yourself. And if you have a mirror to use, that's always helpful. So we'll get started here with bird dog. And again, we're gonna go for 20 seconds roughly on each side. You'll see me looking at my watch a little bit just because I'm keeping track of time for us. We're gonna set our shoulders right over our wrists. We'll take our right leg straight back behind us, and we'll take our left arm straight forward. And we're gonna hover that back foot off the ground, and watching my lower back, draw that belly button in towards your spine. Keep your hips facing towards the mat. We're just gonna hold this position here. Really straightening through my back leg, kicking through my heel. And we'll switch in 3, 2, 1. Shoulder right over your wrist. Extending the left leg now, kick through the heel. Keep that left leg really close to the ground, then draw the belly button in towards the spine. Make length from the end of your finger to the heel, pushing out through both, pushing that mat away. Drawing the belly button in, retract the skull. Keep that toe barely off the ground. About 5 more seconds here. And relax. And now we're gonna set our hands to come up for a high plank position. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna cross our left leg across, and we're gonna tap our toe. And then we'll go right side, left side. Keep going, right side. If you can't get all the way to your toe, don't worry about that. Just get your foot and your hand as close as you can get them. Turning the hip all the way in the direction we're going. We'll do a few more here. And now we'll come back to high plank, and we'll just hold this position for about 10 seconds. Draw in the belly button, bring the chest forward, strong through the arms, retract the skull. And go ahead and roll over, and we'll set up for a glute bridge. We're gonna hold our glute bridge position. Shoulders flat on the mat, heels right under your kneecaps, and let's press it up. Draw the belly button in towards the spine. You should feel the lower abdomen shortening a little bit here, lengthening in the low back. Glutes are working to support the stability of the hips. Neck is neutral, so it's likely that you need to tuck your chin down just slightly. And now slowly, 1 vertebra at a time, we're gonna lower the hips. We'll take the legs up, go right into our ab burners. Low back staying on the mat, shoulder blades are off the mat. Small contraction. And now taking the hands behind the head, or if you need to, for lower back support, we'll go with reverse crunches. If this is more intermediate for you, keep the low back down, extend the legs out. As long as you can keep your low back crashed towards the mat, no peep of sunlight through that low back. Keep going. Got time for 1 more. Excellent. All right, and last in our set, we're gonna go through some slow bicycles. This area of the mat has to stay on the mat, or of the back must stay on the mat. We're gonna switch, and we're gonna watch how much we're drawing our leg in. I'm not coming in any more than parallel to any wall or tree next to me. The lower I extend this leg, the harder the task, but again, my lower back is completely crushing the mat. do 2 more. And go ahead and rest. We're gonna roll over and begin that again with bird dog. So again, our shoulders right over our wrists, hands spread out nice and wide, extend the right leg back, firm the right butt cheek, extend the left arm forward, draw the belly button in, hover the back leg, keep that leg really, really straight, retract the skull, and then again, draw that belly button in super tight. Big breath into the rib cage, exhale, draw in. Switch sides, knee right underneath the hip, extend the arm forward, make length from fingertip to heel, kick through the back heel, draw the belly button in, back foot's barely off the ground. Should feel your glute of the extended leg, your butt cheek working to hold that leg out straight. If you feel it in your low back, you need to lower your leg. See my toes almost touching the mat. Good, and now we're gonna present high plank. We'll take our right foot across, come to the inside of our left, tap side to side, completely twisting from the T-spine or rib cage. And we'll hold high plank here. And release down. Hold our glute bridge. Heels right underneath your kneecaps, push it up. Neck is neutral. Knees should point straight forward as opposed to flare out to the side at all. Really try and hug the inner thighs towards each other, almost acting like you're squeezing a block between your thighs. And we'll lower down, legs will come up, we'll go right into our ab burner. Small movement, neck neutral. Tongue on the roof of the mouth will help the neck relax a little bit. Keep shoulder blades up, lower back down. Right into our reverse crunches, hands behind the head or supporting the low back. Option to extend the legs out, provided the low back does not leave the mat. It's all about control here though, so no wild movements, momentum and control. Last couple here, last one, excellent. And now we have bicycles. Set yourself up, remember 90-degree angles here. Ready, set, here we go. Extend and bend. Fight the want to crank yourself towards your leg. Think about length and space and slowness. And relax. We got one more round. Let's go ahead and roll it over. We'll make our way into our bird dog. And remember, the most important goal of this exercise is to stabilize the low back. So if your foot is high off the ground, you're not stabilizing your low back, you're shortening your back extensors. So get that foot close to the ground. Remember, more is not always better. Back leg straight, right arm forward, left leg back. Hover the back leg, draw the belly button in towards the spine. That's gonna send your foot towards the ground. That's okay. If it's up here, you're gonna get way more work in the low back. We want it to stay in front for this exercise. Meaning the work should be in the front of the body. The stability of the glute is what you're feeling back there, but nothing here. And we'll go ahead and switch. Send that leg back, immediately draw in, and then hover. Really fight to pull that belly button in. See how that changes everything. And now we'll set up for high plank cross taps. Shoulder width with your wrists, and then we'll tap it out. Little shoulder stability, little thoracic mobility, definitely some quad work, and core work, of course, plus just general coordination. Last couple. And now let's enjoy our perfect high plank. Get it as close to perfect as we can. Let's roll it over. 4 exercises left. Got our glute bridge. Touch those heels, push it up. This is just to allow the front body a little bit of rest. Remind the back body of its job. Flatten the curve of the low back. No pun intended. And now we'll lower down. Press that low back down. Lift the upper body up and ab burners. Tongue on the roof of the mouth, right behind the teeth. All right, now set those hands up. Reverse crunches. A little added spice. If you're still up for it, if not, you're right here, or even right here. I'm gonna add some spice to mine. Got time for about 6 more. And we'll go right into this. Oh my gosh, so good. No cheats. Push that low back down, ladies and gents. We're almost there. And that's it. Awesome. That took exactly 12 minutes and 32 seconds. Totally worth the time, and most of us have a little more time in our schedules now. Well, at least we're starting to. I know last week was rough for a lot of us. So instead of traditional stretching, which of course you're welcome to do, if you don't have a lacrosse ball handy or even a tennis ball, pause this and go get it. You also need a block or some sort of pillow for support. If you have a roller, that'll work too. So what we're going to do is we're going to place the block to the right side of our mat. We're going to take the lacrosse ball in our right hand, and I'm going to show you this position and then we'll find it together. So you're going to pretend that I'm wearing a pair of Adidas pants, and there are 3 stripes right here. That's going to symbolize your IT band. It's not quite that wide, but that's what we'll use. Now if this were the middle stripe, right where that top of that star is for me, I want to be on the very front side of the frontmost stripe. So my ball is barely touching the front stripe. Okay, then I'm gonna send this leg back and I'm gonna lay down on it. Okay, and I'm about I'm almost halfway down my leg at this point. We're gonna go up from there, but we'll just start there. Now we're gonna take this block and you're gonna place it underneath your knee and you're gonna use your arms to support you. Now if that's too hard or you feel like relaxing more or you feel any pain in your low back, stick something underneath that hip bone to give you some support. It's gonna sacrifice a little bit of the pressure that you're putting on the ball, but that's okay. So right here and right now, if you're not feeling any pain, I want you to roll across the ball so that you go towards the IT band, which will be painful, and back to the middle of the leg. So you're going to the middle of the Adidas stripes, right in the center where we talked about where you shouldn't be, and then back, okay? Then I want you to set your knee down where you feel some activity, some pain. And I want that pain to be between a 7 and an 8 on a 1 to 10 scale, 10 being you gotta get off the ball, it's unbearable. At this point, I'm gonna ask you to lay down, okay? And I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to do this because I just went for a hill run. Okay, I'm here. I definitely want something underneath my stomach, so I'm gonna put that block there. And we're gonna stay here for the next 2 minutes. And I know that seems like a really long time, but what is time anyway, right? I think this situation has given us all a different perspective as to what it means to, live a normal existence, 1. And 2, like, I hear people saying, what day is it? People don't even know. So, time is something that we're learning to re-understand. And 2 minutes isn't really that long when you're on your phone or when you're doing something you love, but when you're in pain, 2 minutes is a long time. So what we're learning is we're kind of equating, everything that we knew kind of is different now. So this is just part of that process. We've already almost a minute in. During the next minute, I want you to slowly move towards the pain. So whether that means moving up slowly or down or a little of both, I'm finding that mine's more on the side and a little lower, and I'm definitely brushing an 8.5 now, wanting to get off pretty badly. We've got about 40 seconds left, so instead of getting off and stopping, even though I want to, I'm going to breathe instead. Make a conscious choice to put up with the pain because I know it's the right thing to do for my body. It's interesting, the whole flatten the curve thing. I really am equating it to health because throughout our lives we're always trying to be healthier and, well, hopefully we are, and to find more healthy means. And we don't want it to get to the point where we have to do that in order to survive. We want to flatten that curve before it starts. So I think this is a really good lesson that way for all of us, is how can we moderate so that we can live a long, healthy life. Okay, that's 2 minutes. So you're slowly gonna come back to your stomach, place your hands next to you, come on up, and we're just gonna enjoy a quick child's pose here. You can put your head all the way down if you want to. I want you to notice the difference in the feeling of your 2 legs or your hips. They may feel different now, they may not. Just notice. And let's go ahead and go to the other side. I'm gonna flip around so that I can look where I'm speaking. So we're gonna take that ball and we're gonna find that front stripe. Just notice I'm just kind of letting my arm hang. I'm not trying to bend or find where it is. Just let your arm hang next to you and place that ball where the front stripe would be. Just start there, it's close enough. And then you're gonna have that block to your side. I'm gonna come down and we're gonna lay down on the ball. And noticing right away for me, this side's more painful, so I may or may not lay down all the way at first. I'm just gonna kind of let things happen right here. Because this, I'm living on an 8 right now. And just sort of as we're here, we want to Really try and relax the tissue around the ball. Let our body absorb it as opposed to repelling it, which is what it's going to want to do. I'm going to attempt to lay down, see how this goes. Okay, definitely getting my money's worth here. Okay. Oh gosh. So relaxing's obviously harder. Being outside helps because I'm distracted by birds and sky. There's a lot going on there. So really what we're trying to do is break up this fascial tissue so that we can rehydrate it. When injuries happen, fascia binds together to create more support, or to fill in the blank, whatever that is, compensate or decompensate. And over time, those thick bands become anchors and our muscles start to attach to these anchors a little bit more, and that causes associated joint pain. So for me, it's a pull on my left knee when I don't roll enough that is unbearable when I run. So I'm incentivized to do this because I found the spot that really is the source of my knee pain. And I find that if I do this often enough, I still have the knee pain once in a while, especially if I'm not religious about it, but I can manage it. If I lay off for a couple days, I roll, I'm better to run the next time. So I'm just moving towards the pain here. I'm not really sure how much time we have left. I'm assuming about 30 seconds. Probably more like 15, but that's okay. You can go from anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes. I know you guys probably don't want to do 5. If you do, just pause this video and time 3 more minutes on your own. Whoa, I just relaxed completely. Okay, that's enough of that. All right, we'll sit into child's pose for just about 30 seconds and then we'll roll out our calves. And just notice now the difference in the feelings of your legs. For me, my left hip is entirely released. I was feeling a really bad pinching sensation after I did this on the right side, kind of deep in my left hip, and now it's gone, which is just, it's just basic science, but it's still so amazing that the body can be managed like that. And again, you know, it's my patterns that are causing that. So something is happening probably that when my foot hits the ground when I run, that's creating instability in my knee. So my knee has to look for stability somewhere else. And until that pattern is fixed, this will keep happening. So of course, my workouts are really focusing on making sure that my knee is more stable. I'm working to strengthen my glutes, but these are habits I've created over a lifetime, and they, you know, may never, probably, I will say they will never be perfect habits. So you just do the best of what you can to manage them. So you need an elevated surface in the lacrosse ball for the calf release. And we're gonna put this right in the center of the meaty part of our calf, and we're gonna put that on the block. And then from here, I'm gonna place my hands behind me, and I'm gonna rotate in and out. So my knee is pointing to a 45-degree angle out. I'm rotating from the hip. And then my knee points to about a 45-degree angle in. And I'm really just looking for that tight band that's somewhere in there. For me, it's just right of center. I'm gonna make sure my ankle is not flexed, okay? You're going to extend and relax your ankle. And then if you need more pressure, you're gonna put your other leg right over the top. Take my watch off so that I can see exactly how much time our torture session will be. So we've got about 1 minute and 50 seconds left. So over this 1 minute and 50 seconds, I just want you to try and relax. Sit still, breathe through pain, chase pain slowly, like a zombie, really slowly. If you move too fast, you're gonna undo the layers that you've worked to get to the longer you sit on the ball. Whoa. Well, that's starting to cramp a little bit. foot off, it's too much. Right now I'm getting some pretty severe cramping sensation in my leg. So if that's happening to you, all you're gonna do is just slowly pump, flex, and then release again. That's not uncommon after going for a run or doing a lot of plyometrics in your workout if you roll right after. As the muscle's been in contraction mode, in fast twitch mode essentially, and so it's kind of reverting back to that pattern, which is likely part of the problem. That muscle likes to be in that contraction more than it likes to be in the reverse position. Let's see here. We got 20 seconds left. Okay, feels good. Yay. Okay, that's 2 minutes. Let's do the other side and we'll be done. So get that ball set up. You're gonna go right into the belly of the muscle there. And we'll start our 2 minutes. Decide after a little while here whether or not you feel like giving a little bit more pressure by putting the opposite leg over. That's a lot, so you may not see me stick with it the whole time. And that's okay. You know, we got to learn to adjust on the fly. So if something's not working, you have to change it so that it works, or find something better. And this is working. Just finding that spot. I'm rotating in and out now because I didn't really feel too much when I started, but now I'm in, so now I can look a little deeper, and there I found it. We're looking for that thick band. If you feel tingling, move next to the band because you might be on a nerve pathway. Less than a minute left. Relax your ankle and you'll get a little bit more out of it. There's a lot going on in there. 30 seconds left. Seconds. All right, let's slowly take that leg off. And just to finish out here, we'll put our legs up and we'll flex our toes back and point. You can also do this with your feet on the ground. It's just nice to have a block or something underneath. Okay, everybody, hope you're all doing well, hanging in there. Might be a while. That's okay. Again, we're learning how to remanage time is kind of how I'm looking at it. So if I don't get enough done, that's okay. And sometimes I get too much done and that's not okay. And you know, I just have to kind of keep weighing out what's happening just like you do. And if we stick together and cheer each other on, we might come out of this a little bit stronger. And that's always the goal. All right. Peace.